Aquarius, hello, how are we doing? It is me, Lauren B. Welcome to the Untitled Tarot. Thank you for coming back if you are returning to the Beehive, and if you are new here, we welcome you in with open arms and open cards. Glory be to God for bringing us here together. So, Aquarius, I want to do your spread this week. There's a certain deck that I wanted to use, but you guys are really pulling on the Everyday Witches Tarot. The Everyday Witches Tarot. So the deck I was going to use was going to be one that was combined. It was a combined deck, but you want something kind of straight to the point. Straight to the point. And it's interesting today. I have on this like white turtleneck and like my red lipstick. It's all very like classic, like traditional, like modest. There's this thing going on with you. You want something that's traditional, modest, straight to the point, something that's very streamlined. You want something that's very streamlined, which is nice. I'm feeling a little bit like no funny business, like a no funny business sort of energy from you guys, which is nice. It's almost like a, oh, look at that bird. Oh, that's so nice. Like a big girl panties, big boy pants kind of feel. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I do like that for you a lot because you guys have been going through it. You know, normally it's like the Scorpio and the Leo reads and even Capricorn, you know, they're always dealing with so much, but you guys have really been dealing with a lot over the past few weeks. And I don't know if you've necessarily gotten your just desserts for it as of yet, but I sense that that's coming in for you. But I also sense that any struggles you've been dealing with over the past few weeks have really grown you, matured you, and I'm getting a sense of becoming your own calm in the storm, a little bit of that like unwavering faith. I know you guys have really been working on your faith the past few weeks, which is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So let's get into a prayer. Yes, very good. Father God, thank you for being here with me and my Aquariuses today. We ask that you bless these messages, that you cover these cards, that we bring forth the highest of love, light, alignment, activation, ascension for our Aquariuses today. We praise you and we thank you in Jesus' mighty, mighty name. Amen. Amen, Aquarius. So let's see what we have for you. And this is also a very youthful deck as well, right? It's not so like bright and colorful like the light Seers tarot, but there is like a breath of fresh air a little bit to it as well, which is again interesting. It's like the no funny business sort of thing, but a sense of rejuvenation of sorts. There are a lot of birds flying past my window right now. That's really cool. That's a good sign for you. And you know, and they seem to be flying from my right to my left hand side, which normally for me, when things come from left to right, it means that's an incoming sort of message for you, but from right to left, that means it's an outgoing message, which I don't know if it's something that you're necessarily saying. It feels like it's the way that you are displaying yourself, the way you're carrying yourself, your conduct and behavior is what I'm hearing as well is changing. And people are noticing that. So people might be, even though you might not be saying anything to anyone, the way that you are carrying yourself might be being spoken about, because it feels like it's in a more streamlined, classy, mature sort of way. Oh, something came out. Is there anything wants to come out? Two of Pentacles in reverse. So you've made a decision about something, about how I want to act, is what I'm hearing. You've made a decision about how you want to act, what I will and will not put up with anymore. I'm getting like hooting and hollering. I'm hearing like, I'm not going to hoot and holler. I'm not going to fight about this anymore. I'm not going to fight about this anymore. The decision has already been made. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. I feel like I hear you guys talking to me. That's interesting. That's new. Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, Aquarius. So you have those Two of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. And you have it followed up by the Ten of Swords. So what I'm hearing, again, with this like no funny business. Like, I'm not fighting about this anymore. I'm also hearing like, I'm not going to be cold. Like, I'm not going to stoop down to their level. It's this sense that whatever has happened for you in the past, you've decided that if there was at one point a chip on your shoulder, you've like brushed that dirt off your shoulder, Jay-Z style. Yes, very good. And now you're moving forward. You're like, you know what? Yes, perhaps I got backstabbed. Yes, perhaps there were some challenges. Yes, perhaps there were some burdens. Yes, perhaps I've come across some people, places, and things that have done me wrong. And yes, you know what? Perhaps there was a period of time where I let that turn me a little bit cold. I let that sort of make me feel bad about myself. I let that make me question my own self-worth. But I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore because what are you? The star, Aquarius. Here you are in your purest energy, your purest of potential, really understanding, really coming into your own to know that it doesn't matter what happens to you. It doesn't matter how people treat you. It doesn't matter the things that occur around us in our environments. That does not have a bearing on your worth. It does not have a bearing on your integrity. Other people's opinions of you is purely a reflection of the way they feel about themselves. The way other people treat you is not a qualifier on how you treat yourself, on what you are actually worth, what you actually are deserving of. That you create your own magic when you are being your true self. That it doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter. I'm hearing one of you say like, well, if they don't like me, that's their problem. That's got nothing to do with me. Your opinion of me is none of my business. That's what I'm hearing. Ah, Ace of Wands. I love this. New idea, new path, a new fiery seed. Something that's exciting to you. I think that the concept of releasing yourself from other people's opinions of you is really inspiring to you. It's giving you like, again, it's like that, I have on my big girl panties, but it's like I also have like this youthful like breath of fresh air, this kind of thing coming in. It's gorgeous. It's almost like, and look at the way you're looking like at this wand and these scrolls and these maps. It's like, look at everything I can do. It's like once you've untethered yourself to other people's opinions, the way other people have treated you, knowing that like, that's got nothing to do with me. They treated me that way because they don't have self-love for themselves, because they have no idea what they're doing. It has nothing to do with me. It's not a bearing on my worth and my integrity and my potential as a person. Other people do not define me. My past does not define me. I define myself through the actions that I do and use moving forward. That's gorgeous. That's kind of funny. So I'm looking at this little cat like between your legs, and it's your intuition, right? Cats represent your intuition, and like in between your legs, that's oftentimes like your base and your root chakra, right? That's where we hold fear, abandonment, rejection, trigger moments for ourselves. And I think that you're trusting your instincts, your pure instincts, realizing that your instincts and your intuition are the same thing, that body urges, gut urges, trigger responses, downloads into your crown chakra, right? All of it is all the same thing. It all kind of mixes together in the pot of potential and how we pull in information from God, from our angels, from our guides. But I'm also getting this tail between the legs thing, tail between the legs. And I think that perhaps some of these 10 of Swords situations, now seeing you in your kind of rise to power, like very classy. And you know, I was driving this morning and I saw like a big ass truck pass by me, and it said like tact. Like you've used a lot of tact in your situation. You've been very graceful. Like you haven't had to be cold, be bitter. You decided to be better instead of bitter. Yes, very good. And in doing that, you have a lot of people, like I said in the beginning, it was almost like you're not saying anything to anyone, just the way that you're conducting yourself, the way that you're carrying yourself. Other people might be noticing, they might be having their own conversations about it, or even internally, they're kind of tucking their tail in between their legs now, because it's almost like they don't have a leg to stand on. They know they don't have a leg to stand on, that there's nothing that they can say to you to justify that the way that they acted. And it's almost more embarrassing for them, because they know even if they were to come and say something to you, apologize, whatever it may be, that the way that you would respond to them would also have so much tact and grace to it, right? It's almost when you've wronged someone or you've done something and you go to apologize or make amends, and you almost expect that person to scream at you and like throw a fit, that hooting and hollering thing we were talking about, yes? Almost because it makes you feel better, almost if somebody like tells you that you're like a piece of garbage after you've done something wrong to them, because it's like it's like what you feel like you deserve, right? But instead, when that person decides to treat you with kindness and empathy and compassion and understanding, it almost feels worse. Like it should feel better, right? You know, it's like when your parents tell you, it's like, I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed in you. Like that feels worse than if they were just mad at you and told you that you were like a terrible kid, right? Because it affirms to you what you already knew, which is the fact that you knew better and you could do better, and yet you chose not to. Right? It's that mad versus disappointed thing. So their tail's tucked a little bit in between their legs. So if it's a little bit of radio silence around you right now, that might be why, because they know that even if they came to you right now, you would still very likely handle it with such grace and compassion and empathy that it would almost feel worse for them because you didn't throw them on the hot coals. But as children of God, we don't do that. We don't throw people on hot coals. We turn the other cheek. You may go in peace. Yes? Very good. Very good, Aquarius. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I'm hearing upset their own apple cart. They upset their own apple cart that they thought that you were a cog in their wheel. Some of these, like I said, could be a boss. These are very general. It could be a boss. It could be an ex-love. It could be hard for you or them to talk about. They thought that you were just like a mechanism in their mechanics. They thought that you were just a cog in their wheel. Like you were just a player on their stage, if that makes any sense. They did not realize that you, in fact, were the star of your own show, that you had a whole other plan for yourself, that God had a whole other potential for you, a place he was moving you to. Yes? It's almost like jokes on them. I'm hearing like jokes on them. That's part of the tail between the legs thing, is like they thought that you needed them more than you actually did, when in fact they needed you to affirm to them their own worth and their own potential and their own sufficiency, right? Because if they had you around, if they had you participating, if they had you waiting, if they had you doing any of that stuff, then it just fed that negative self-talk in their head, that ego that they had that tells them that they're not enough just as they are. And so they need to have people waiting on them, literally or physically. Like they need to have people like in their back pocket, right? They upset their own apple cart. Joke's on them. Joke's on them, Aquarius. You're the star of your own show. God had bigger plans for you. He moved you accordingly. So while you thought that you were getting pushed away, outcasted, rejected, what was actually happening was God was protecting you, restoring you, healing you, and preparing you for your new season, your new chapter. I've been talking about it for weeks, how we've been going through all these different seasons and cycles, how we've been going through spiritual fall and winter, while seasonally it was spring and summer, at least here in the continental US. But in reality, as the seasons physically were changing into fall over here and moving into winter in a few months, we were actually moving into a spiritual spring and summer. So as things are, because don't forget, God's always ahead of the game. God's always ahead of the game. And so therefore, so are his children. So you have Temperance and you have the 4 of Swords in reverse, which is telling me, hold on, consulting with production. There is an instinct that you had, I think perhaps when you were working through this Queen of Swords in reverse energy, while you were still processing these 10 of Swords events, yes? There is an instinct that you had to come out, express yourself, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing, one of those things. But I think you knew that it would have been unbalanced to do so, that silence was your greatest weapon. A little bit of that, I can show them better than I can tell them sort of thing, that I don't have to explain myself. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna hoot and holler. That sort of energy we were picking up at the beginning. And so I think that you heeded your guidance. It feels as though you heeded your guidance in doing so. But I think that perhaps there could have been a couple of instances where some of these people and places and things got a little feisty. Maybe there was a little weird message that got sent. Yes, maybe there was a little side eye. Maybe there was a little under the breath whisper, whatever it may be. But like I said, there is this feeling like you've maintained your class and integrity, because with the Eight of Wands, that is normally a card that indicates communication in its reverse, which tells me that in response to this, they responded to you, or perhaps, like I said, message, side eye, under the breath, passive aggressive, something that feels a little passive aggressive, but there was an instinct that you had to sort of defend yourself or speak up, but you knew that when fire meets fire, it only makes chaos. So you decided that silence was your greatest weapon. Maintain your grace, maintain your integrity, yes? And so you said nothing. You said absolutely nothing. You could show them better than you can tell them. My life speaks for itself is what I'm hearing. My life speaks for itself. It's really nice. It's really nice, calm energy, Aqua. Okay. Oh, you obviously want to come out. Oh, I love that. What did I just say? I'm like, you obviously want to come out. And what's this card? The Hermit in reverse. Coming out. I'm hearing that song. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Gotta let it show. This is you. This is the moment, Aquarius, when your life starts speaking for itself. I'm getting like a song. It sings a song. Oh, what? Look, I just go to shuffle and look what's on the bottom of the deck. The Devil in reverse. Because you fought those inner demons in your mind, in your heart, that told you that you have to prove something to someone. And you know now that no, you don't. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. I love that. Let's see, anything else? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so this is you saying, you're like, I don't need to, hold on. Cool. That's cool. I'm looking at this Hermit in reverse now too. So you're basically saying to yourself, to God, you're like, I would rather work by myself. It could just be with your energy, like I said, the way that you're carrying yourself. You're saying like, I would rather come out and do it all by myself than work with people that don't have my back. Then work with people that don't respect me, when participate in a relationship where I'm not being honored and respected and loved. I don't have to do that. I could do it on my own, because I'm not on my own, because I have my angels and I have my guides and I have my true soul tribe and I have God and I'm protected, and it doesn't matter, because when I'm alone, I'm not lonely. I have people and places and things around me that do want to invest in me. And more importantly so, I invest in myself. God invests in me. I'm hearing like no group projects, right? You ever do a group project and you're the only one in the group that does all of the work, and then everyone else just kind of like poaches off your work a little bit, and so you almost like want to go to the teacher and be like, well, can I just do this group assignment? Can I just do it by myself? Because we both know I'm gonna have to do the work by myself anyway, right? Higher font. Higher font. I almost feel like this is like God being like, yeah, you could do it by yourself. You're capable. You're strong, Aquarius. You could do this by yourself. Don't stress. Don't stress about them. Just meditate for a minute. Just sit and pray. Just meditate on it. We'll tell you what to do. Work with us. Don't work with them. Work with us. Yes. Yes. I love that. Remember this Ace of Wands? Here you go, baby. Page of Wands. This is you walking out that bright idea, walking out that new energy, that, oh my God, I really am the star. I really can do it. I can do it on my own if I have to. I have God. I have the Hierophant. I have internal structure now. I have internal emotional stability, maturity, security. I can do this. I don't have to be cold. I don't have to be bitter. I can be better. I don't have to say a damn word to anyone because my life speaks for itself. And here I go, walking. I'm hearing that Nancy Sinatra song, like these boots are made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. Oh shit. Like it's the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. General energy. And this is you in your power. I think that Aries full moon in the first of the month, I think that might have been like the last domino, like the last domino to fall with the following energy that really got you to this place, really helped empower you to realize you can make plans. You can see them through. You can follow them through. You are anointed. You have a crown. You have a throne. You can. Remember, I was saying all of those messages coming in from the masculine side of the energy, that you can do this. You can output anything you want. And you don't have to play yourself down to do it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Cool. I love that. Look. Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. You're like, I don't have to be defensive that people are just going to take from me about not getting an equal give and take, because I know that I can always give myself everything that I need. I know that God gives me everything that I need. He gives me the strength. He gives me the inspiration. He gives me the idea. He takes away people, place, and things, baggage that are weighing me down. He makes me light. The yoke is light. And therefore, I get to move forward as the Page of Pentacles. This is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Not only am I inspired, but I am grounded. I am powerful. I am sweet. I am backed by the Hierophant. And don't you guys forget it, I am the star. Absolutely gorgeous, Aquarius. Gorgeous. I love that so much for you. I really do. You guys really deserve this. I know you guys, everyone's always like Scorpio and Leo, ooh, but Aqua, you have been very quietly going through your own shit in the background. I know it. I see it. I peep your frustrations. And I am really, really proud of you. This was gorgeous. It is so beautiful to see you come into this energy because you so deeply deserve it. Yes? Very good. So thank you so much for being here with me today, Aquarius. This was a lovely read. I really hope that it resonated. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here and participating in our little beehive, making honey, my loves. Let me see, description box. Yes, I took a little break, so I'm like, what do I say? My description box. If you're interested in your October monthly, that is on the Patreon. That is linked in the description box, along with all of the decks that I use and own. They're all in there in case you want to get them for yourself. This was the Everyday Witches Tarot. My personals are open. My email's in there for that, along with my social media links, my Instagram, my Twitter, all of that stuff. And until I see you next time, I love you very, very much. Take care of yourself. Enjoy this energy. Stay blessed. And I will see you next time. Yes? Yes. Goodbye.